Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily Jean if you are new here. Welcome to the first Makeup Monday. I'm so excited to kind of like announce a new YouTube schedule that I'm going to be having. Now I'm going to be posting a new makeup video every Monday, whether a tutorial, a get ready with me, a review, anything like that. And then on Wednesdays, there will be a new fun video like a clothing haul or a Q&A, or like the Starbucks taste test that I filmed with Kyle, which will be coming next week. And then on Fridays will be vlogs. So whether it's a day in the life, a weekend vlog, if I have a travel vlog, that will be going up on Friday. So 3 videos a week. You'll know what to look for. You'll know when new makeup videos are coming out. You'll know when new vlogs are coming out, because I know everybody likes something different on my channel. So I'm trying to give everybody what they want. Don't follow me on Instagram or TikTok. You guys should. It's at Emily Jean Beauty. If you're not subscribed to this channel, you should hit that subscribe button. If you guys want to check out my merch, I have a website where you can shop EJB merch, and I will put that right here for you guys to check out. All the information is always down below. And yeah, so for today's look, I created this very beautiful, sultry, dark fall eye look, full glam. I haven't been full glam in so long. This was kind of just a look I made up as we went with the Natasha Denona Safari palette. I actually bought this on sale over quarantine, and I really wanted to do a video with it. Actually used it for the first time for the look I was wearing in my music playlist video that I posted recently. I'll link it up here if you guys want to watch that. And I got really into the dark blues and greens, and I knew I wanted to film the look for you guys, but today I did it much differently. I'm obsessed with how this came out. I think it looks so beautiful. All the colors complement each other very well. So let's rewind to me with no makeup, and if you guys want to learn how to get this look and do your makeup with me, then just keep watching. Let's get into the eyes. I'm going to start by just kind of priming them and also just taking away the discoloration. I'm going to take this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I'm in the shade C7. We'll use this under our eyes and as our normal concealer later as well, but I'm just going to use this to have a clean slate on my eyes. I have never been one to use like a legit primer. I've always been a concealer primer girl. I think concealer works perfectly fine, and I really like how it gives me like the clean canvas coverage. I'm also going to set my eyelid just like I would set my face. I'm going to use the Mercier translucent powder. This is in the shade Honey. This is actually new to them. It's a new like mid-tone shade for medium skin tones, and I really like it because it has a nice yellowy honey base. I'm going to dip my sponge in here and just set my eyes as well. This is obviously just going to ensure the shadows blend into the eye nicely and aren't like sticking to the concealer, and this is going to help with creasing. Okay, so I don't have a full idea for this look yet. I just know that I want to use the dark greens and turquoise in this palette like I did that one day, but I kind of want to do it a little bit different because I wasn't fully in love with the look that day. To start, I am actually going to take this bottom warm tone, kind of like apricot shade. I can't pronounce a lot of these shade names, so I apologize for that. But I'm gonna go into that with my crease brush first. Just start smoking this in the crease. I really think this look needs a nice warm tone in the crease before we start packing on all those dark shades. I'm gonna build this color up pretty intensely because I do want this look to be like super dramatic, blown out, dark, smoky eyes with like rich jewel tones. That is the vibe. So, these shadows are amazing. I heard mixed reviews about this palette, and I was pretty confused because I feel like Natasha Denona is very well known for her eyeshadows. Extremely expensive, but I've always heard good things. And when I saw the all matte palette, I was like, yes, for sure, because you guys know I normally only wear matte, so I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on a palette that had half shimmers in it that I wouldn't use. I bought this, but a lot of the reviews were like mixed on this specific one, which is why I think it was on sale. But so far, every shade I have used, I love. I think it works great. I've had no issues. Do I think you need to go out and spend the money on this palette? Absolutely not. You guys know I love my drugstore and more affordable options as well. I'm now going to dip into Tribe, which is pretty much just like a richer version and brighter version of the shade we just used. And just very lightly take that shade, throw that in our crease as well, just to add a little bit more like saturation to the base shade that we just used. Now I think we should start packing on the turquoise shade, which is going to be like the base of this look. I tried getting it wet one time and it kind of like ruined the top of the shadow, but that is this shade right here. Fanta Morgana? I don't know. I'm the last person you want to pronounce anything. I'm gonna take a flatter fluffy brush. This one. This is the Morphe M433, and I am just going to pat on one side of the brush to coat it nice and even. And I'm going to take that shade and bounce it on the back of my hand just to get off any of that powderiness, because you can see it's a little bit powdery, which doesn't really matter because we haven't done our face yet. So I'm going to start packing this on the lid. I don't want to get it too into the crease. I want to keep it kind of lower on the lid. And I'm also not going to bring it all the way into the inner corner. I'm going to keep dipping into the color and going into my hand first. Like I said, I always work off the back of my hand. I think it kind of coats the brush better and doesn't have a bunch of fallout product on the brush. So just keep that in mind when you're working. I'm dipping in and going back in and layering and packing this shade on. It doesn't need to be perfectly blended. So I'm basically blending this on the outer third of my eye and just keeping that very inner corner bare. I actually didn't do this for the last look, but I think with making those orange tones really bright on the inner corner will complement the turquoise so much more. Because what I did realize when I used this shade the last time, I only used the turquoise and the greens, and by the end of the look it honestly just looked like a dark black gray look, and you couldn't really tell what colors were really going on because there was no contrast against them. So I'm now gonna go in with a little bit of a smaller brush just to get some better precision. I need to go through my makeup brushes and find some of my better artistry ones. I just haven't been doing crazy looks in a while. I'm gonna take this smaller fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M506. Go back in with our turquoise shade, and I'm gonna pack again right over top where we've already packed it, just kind of doing a second coat. So basically I'm just packing and blending lightly. I don't want to blow it out too much because we want that warm shade that we started with to still have its time to shine. The biggest areas that you kind of want to smoke out and try and not make it so harsh is obviously right here where the blue ends, and then right on the outer corner. So that's why I like taking this smaller brush, because it helps me kind of blend out those edges without blowing them out too far. So I'm kind of extending the outer corner further than my natural shape, creating that crease. I am next gonna go back in with our original brush and the original first shade. I'm gonna go over the crease again, but super lightly, just so we don't move that blue around too much. I just want to intensify the crease shade. So I really want to pack that Tribe shade on the inner corner that we have kind of blank right now. Tribe is the richer red shade that we used in the beginning as well. So I think I'm going to pack it onto this brush. This is a Sigma E25, similar to that like flat fluffy brush that we used the turquoise shade for. And I am going to try and pack this on the inner corner. You guys can see I packed that orange right there on the inner corner more intensely. So I know it's looking super, super messy right now, but I promise you guys, once we start to clean up and add all our other parts, it's gonna look so much better. I'm just gonna take this fluffy brush, random Morphe brush that I have, and dip into Aya, which is just a cream matte shade, and just kind of go right here to clean up the very top, because it does come up a little high. And now I'm going to take my middle finger and dip in the turquoise shade again, especially a matte shade. So I'm going to pack it on my finger, and I'm just going to press on the very outer corner of my eye to get the intensity the most intense on the very outer portion of my eye. Oh yeah. Can you guys see the difference from pressing that eye right there? Okay, you guys, I am quickly falling in love with this look. I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick and grab some makeup wipes so we can clean this up, and we will start on our face. I just cleaned up under my eyes. I literally just took a makeup wipe and straightened out the edges. So now you can see how much cleaner it's already looking. And then I also just blended and extended the eyes to make them even once I cleaned up, because then you can kind of visualize more what's going on when you get rid of all the excess. So to prime first, because I want the face to still be very natural and beautiful, but still full glam at the same time. I don't want it to be a super matte look. I'm gonna prime it with the Becca Backlight priming filter. This is one of the best products ever, and this is just the normal one. They also make it in like a purple shade, but I just really like this normal one. It smells so good. I put way too much on. You can bring it down your chest and your neck, especially if you're wearing an exposed top, because literally this primer just makes your skin smooth out, gives it that beautiful inner glow. But now for foundation, we're gonna use a pretty full coverage one, a Tic Tac favorite. This is so good, you guys, from the drugstore. L'Oreal Infallible 24 Wear Foundation. I am in the shade 485, and that's my pretty tan shade. So we're gonna use this with our beauty sponge, and I love using a glowy primer under this foundation specifically because it is so full coverage that you really want that glow to shine through underneath. This on the back of my hand, like 1.5 pumps, and I'm gonna take my finger, and I like to dot my foundation around my face before I start blending and before I just dip my sponge into the foundation, because then I feel like it just soaks up the product in one area and it's not like evenly spread on your face. Always apply it on your neck, and I'm gonna take my sponge. This is a brand new one. I am going to dip in the excess product on my hand just to get a good coating on the sponge and start bouncing it into my face. You can see how glowy my skin still is, and of course we're gonna powder and concealer and all that, so some of that glow will go away, but that's why it's important to like layer that underneath. I'm gonna take another pump on the back of my hand. So I wanna do a pretty full coverage thick layer. And for the second layer, I always directly put it on my sponge, not on my face. By the way, you guys, I'm sorry I'm so short in this chair that I try to like sit up on my knees, and I'll start the video out like this and then I will slowly get shorter and shorter because I just need like a higher chair. I need to like sit on like books or something. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit because I feel like you couldn't see everything that's going on. And now we're gonna go with concealer, the same one we used in the beginning, the Makeup Revolution one. I love this concealer. Also, the matching foundation from them is amazing. I really want to do a full Makeup Revolution like one look tutorial because I've never used many of their other products, but first time using their foundation and first time using their concealer, I loved both of them so much. So I'm intrigued to use like their eye stuff and other things. So let me know if you want to do that. We can like go to Ulta together and pick out everything for a full face and try it all together. So I just applied this to my normal highlighting areas, and you can see I always use a little bit lighter foundation or concealer than my foundation just to give that brightening look. And now I'm using the same exact sponge, but I'm using the tip of it, dabbing this in, blending in on the T-zone area, forehead, chin, this area more just to brighten my face, but then under my eyes is really where I want the most coverage and brightness. Go right up against that line from your eyeshadow to make that look nice and clean and crisp. I love this so much. This looks so much better than the other day when I did it. Okay, I'm gonna take my honey powder from Laura Mercier and tap some into the cap to set under my eyes and any areas that I get super oily. So I'm actually just gonna take the same exact sponge, same spot that I just used to blend out with. And yes, this sponge is dampened, by the way. And I'm gonna dip right into here, get some powder, and set under the eyes. I really, really love this new honey shade from Laura Mercier, and I wouldn't really consider myself to be like a medium skin tone. I would say I'm definitely more on the light spectrum, especially my natural shade is light, but I feel like the shade still works really well, and I just really love the yellow tone because I feel like it brightens so well. Now what I've been doing lately, you guys, for more full coverage, and I don't know, I've just been really into using this product and realized how good it makes my skin look, and that is the Studio Fix MAC Foundation powder, and I actually just picked up a new one. It's called like their Powder Plus. I think it's just more intense than this one. I've had this forever. This is in the shade N5, and it's basically just a pretty full coverage powder foundation, but I like to take it on a big fluffy brush, just kind of set the rest of my face even when I'm already wearing foundation, because it just gives you a little bit more coverage and it makes your skin so smooth. And I never used to be like this into powder. Actually, I used to be a while ago. I would say the past couple of years I haven't been as into powder. I feel like most people haven't, but this, just a light layer of it, setting it, I feel like just gives your skin such a smooth look. So I'm obsessed with this. I'm going to be doing a full tutorial on like using this as a full foundation, so stay tuned for that. Especially if you guys have oily skin, you will love this, and it's a great like back to school product. Super easy, super fast, and beautiful. So I just like to kind of do a light layer of that even when I have my coverage already down. Now going on to brows, I'm just going to take my Benefit brow powder in the shade 5 and the brush. I actually just got my brows done recently, and when I get my brows waxed, I also get them tinted, which just means they're like tinting the hairs and the skin, and it lasts for probably a couple weeks and slowly fades. So I honestly don't need much in my brows right now, but I just want to fill the tail where I'm a little sparse and just kind of even out the front of my brow. And I'm like so obsessed with this powder. I've been really loving this for a while now and have not switched back to a pencil or anything. I just feel like this is super convenient for me. I'm gonna fill in the tail a bit here, just making those quick stroke motions, and then taking a little bit of the front color and filling in a little bit underneath of the front of my brow. When you're doing such a dramatic eye look like this, I feel like it's pretty important to have pretty intense brow, because it is kind of all in one area. It really makes more of a difference than I think people realize. I like the powder because you guys can see how I can just do it pretty quickly and just fill in those sparse areas. It's very natural. It's kind of hard to screw it up, to be completely honest. So I'm gonna take my little mini Gimme brow from Benefit as well. This is actually in the shade 4, a step lower than the powder shade, because it kind of just adds like another color to my brows, very, I mean, lightly, and kind of adds a little bit of contrast. So this is great to set them, add some fibers, adds a little bit more color, and I love this stuff. Now we definitely need to get some color on our face. I feel like our eyes are really blown out and our face is flawless, but it's looking a little bit flat. I'm gonna go in with the Kylie bronzer in the shade Almond. Pretty intense bronzer and quite a dark shade for my face, but I love that for more glam looks. And this also is like a super matte bronzer, which I think is beautiful, especially when you're doing such a glam eye. I think you need like a matte true bronzer to really contour the face. So I'm gonna take my Morphe M50, it's an angled fluffy brush, and really coat that brush in there, tap it off, and start creating my contour lines. Let me start at the back of the ear and bring it down to the corner of the mouth. I would say in the past year or so, I've been wearing my contour a little bit higher and almost blending on top of my cheekbone instead of starting here and bringing it too low, because once your contour gets pat below this line, it is really defeating the purpose and making your cheek actually appear larger and not sculpted at all. So you want to envision that line here, and you should only be blending upward from it. So I've been just like slowly moving my brush closer and closer up to my cheekbone to really keep that bronzer off of the bottom half of my face. Dip back in, tap off again, and start at the corner and slowly bring it down to the corner of the mouth. Probably want to stop near your nose about. Don't bring it all the way to the mouth. Tap in there very lightly, and I just like to brush both sides of my nose, not really contouring, more just adding color so it fits in with the rest of the face. I also really like to add color below my lip, gives it a nice pouty look. And then of course I always run powder on my jawline. I tend to have a double chin every once in a while, and this really will sculpt your jaw, so you could just go crazy under here. And if you really want to, you can almost like contour your neck on both sides like this. Okay, I'm now applying it to the sides of my forehead. I like to do like circular motions on the corners of my forehead and kind of blending into the hairline, and then always connecting by the temple and back to where we started into the hairline. So really blending it into the hair. If you guys have blonde hair, this is kind of hard to do without getting it on your hair. I remember when I was platinum, that was always so difficult for me because I would always have like makeup all in my hair, which I never realized was a thing until I was blonde. Because with my dark hair, you don't really see that. How I like to create that flawless blended bronzer is really just blending it into the hairline. You guys can see how smooth and flawless that is. But moving on to blush, my favorite product of all. I'm going to be using my Patrick Ta blush. I bought this as well over quarantine, and this is just a beautiful glowing blush. I normally like a very matte blush, but these are beautiful. I have it in the shade She's Adorable, and it's a nice corally, pinky, peachy color with like gold reflex. The reflex in this is so beautiful. It just makes your cheeks look very healthy and glowy. I'm going to take it on my favorite blush brush. Where is she? It's the Morphe E4. I'm honestly not sure what these bristles are, but whatever they are work great for blush, and I love the shape and everything. So I'm really going to coat the top of my brush in this product, tap off excess, smile, and now I've learned on TikTok, you guys. I've been learning so much on TikTok. You'd really be amazed. Instead of applying it circular, like a circle on my apples, I'm going to apply my apples, but then also just carry it back and follow the same path as my bronzer, but a little bit above it. And this is going to really lift your face even further by making your blush kind of that same upward shape, while applying it to the apples of your cheeks will kind of bring your face down a little bit. I always learned it makes you look very youthful, and I do still like that look on a natural day. I'll really focus the blush on the apples, but when I'm doing a more glam look and I have that sculpted look, you kind of want to stay within the sculpted look when applying the blush. So I'm going to start on the apples perfectly, and then you're going to bring it up. Can you see I'm bringing that up? And can you see that glow in that blush? Same here, smile, intensity on the apple, and then bring it up, blend it into that contour. I always take excess, rub it over my nose, rub it over my chin, a little on the sides of the forehead. We like everything to be very uniform. And again, if you are wearing a super exposed top, I know you can't see down here, I'll even just like lightly dust over my chest just to kind of bring those red tones down, because I think it makes everything look very beautiful. Now for highlighter, like I said, you definitely don't need it because the blush gives that very pretty glow, and I don't want the highlight look to be too intense, but I am obsessed with this Laura Mercier highlighter right now, so I'm gonna use it. It's in the shade Indiscretion, and it's beautiful. I mean, I've seen this forever, and I just never ever picked it up. It is beautiful champagne highlight shade. They sent this over recently to me, so thank you so much. I'm obsessed with this, and I don't know why I never bought it, because every time I saw it at the store, I knew it was beautiful. I just never picked it up. So I do highly recommend this. It's very easy to use. It's not too intense. I'm just gonna swirl my Morphe M501 in there, tap it off, apply on the nose, and apply right on the tops the cheekbones. I really like this highlighter because it is, again, one of those highlighters that's like a glow from within, and it's not that like sparkly look. It's a very sheer, but still you can build up the intensity. So I'm also doing it on my nose, chin, and then I like to take my finger on my Cupid's bow, and I just kind of go like that. So it kind of lines the Cupid's bow, and then it's on my lip a lot, and then once we do our lips, it will be perfection. Top of the nose, and then of course we can bring it down on our collarbones and stuff too. Okay, you guys, this look is really coming together, and I'm so obsessed. I'm so happy I filmed this video. Like, I feel like I haven't been into makeup like this in so long. Like, so now we definitely need to finish off the eyes on the lower lash line, lashes, things like that, and the lips. But before I zoom you back into my eyes, I do want to prep my lips by plumping them up a little bit. This is one of my favorite tips, is to apply a pretty intense lip plumper while you're still doing your makeup, and then by the time you get to your lips, which I always do my lips at the very end, then your lips will be nice and plump and moisturized for the lip liner. So I'm going to use my Nubyen lip plumper. This is my absolute favorite one ever. It's definitely very intense. It's a really thick, clear gloss, so it also looks very beautiful on its own. I also love the Too Faced one. You guys probably know of that. It's very popular, but this one is like my go-to. It's a really cool brand. And they sent this to me one day and I literally fell in love. I've done a giveaway with it too. I should see if they want to do another giveaway because you guys need this. And you can see how beautiful it is. I wear this on like no makeup days and it's so glossy and it's thick, and I love it because you wouldn't know that it's a lip plumper. I feel like the Too Faced lip plumper it doesn't feel like a gloss. It feels like a lip plumper. This just feels like a thick, clear gloss. It's about to bring my lips to life. So I just apply that right over them. And now let's zoom into the eyes while that does its magic down there. And we will finish this look off. Okay. I'm like moving so fast. I'm like talking, zooming it in, grabbing this, grabbing that. I cannot keep myself still. So I'm going to take my pencil brush from Morphe. This is the M430, and we are going to start with into the shade. Get a nice coating on there from the back of my hand. And since this is actually the lighter, like warm tone shade we have, I'm going to smoke this on the entire bottom lash line like pretty crazy, Jaclyn Hill style. This is my favorite thing ever. Blending all the way on my lower lash line. And blend it into the turquoise at the end. Blend it all the way into the inner tear duct. Okay, can you guys tell how that just really lines the eyes and makes them so much bigger and larger? And that was literally one shade on a pencil brush, back and forth, nothing super precise, and I really filled in the inner corner, which I'm kind of digging. It looks a little messy, so I'm thinking I might want to throw a little highlighter in there. So now I'm going to wipe off my pencil brush, and I'm actually going to take the Laura Mercier highlighter again and dip into here just for some shimmer. I feel like I need to add something shimmery or bright on the very inner corner, because even though I really like how that looks, it's not super perfect and it kind of looks messy. So I want to kind of like disguise that by brightening it up a little bit and just tapping this on the very inner tear duct. Oh yeah, that's it. It's actually really pretty because this highlighter, like I said, is kind of sheer. So it's just layering on top of that warm tone. I'm also gonna apply it under my brow bone for fun. I'm obsessed. So now I want to fix a few problems on my eyelids now that I've been wearing it for a little bit. You can see there's like a little turquoise bald spot there, and then just kind of smoking out and blending out the turquoise a little bit more, and just kind of fix any problem areas, clean it up, add some more shades. I always encourage people to go back into your looks and touch up little areas, or go back to an area later in your makeup look to fix it, because you can't get it like perfect right away. So I'm just gonna fix that little bald spot. And sometimes while you're doing your face, I mean, your eyeshadow is gonna naturally move around a little bit, so when you're done doing your face, you can see where you may have missed or where it's moved around. So now moving on to lashes, just to wrap up the eye look, I'm going to curl my lashes and apply my mascara, and then I want to apply some of those trios to the outer corner. So I will do this off camera really quick just because it's boring. I'm going to curl my eyelashes. If you guys want to see how I do that, it was in my last like natural makeup look video, and a lot of you guys liked how I explained to curl my eyelashes, so I will link that at the top. And then I'm going to be using this new mascara from Charlotte Tilbury, which I am so obsessed with. I have one of their other ones, which I know I talked about in a vlog, or maybe it was in that makeup video, that I do actually really like that one, and I didn't at first. But then they sent this over like last week, and this is the Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes, and I'm fully obsessed with this. This is my new favorite mascara. I love it. It has a rubber tip, which I normally don't like, but I gave it a shot, and I love this mascara. So I'm gonna use this on the top lash just to give them a good coat for lashes, and then of course my MAC Giga Black Lash on the bottom. Okay, mascara is on. That lower lash line mascara really pops on top of that red color. Now I really just want to apply these Ardell Lash Trios, maybe 2 on the outer corner, just because I haven't done lashes in so long. So there's the short ones at the top and long ones at the bottom. I'm probably going to use this middle row. I'm just going to use this duo glue. I hate this glue. I actually really love the House of Lashes glue, but I'm completely out of that and have not gotten more. So we're just going to use this for today. Got my tweezers. I'm going to pull off a trio, and then I'm just going to brush a little bit of glue right on the band. And now you guys, the key with lash glue and applying lashes is to let the glue get tacky. So once you apply the glue, you probably need to wait at least 60 seconds before you apply it. I'm gonna apply this on the very, very outer corner. I feel like you guys can't even see that, but it definitely is adding a lot of dimension. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna do one more next to that. Okay, it's not like doing that much, but I really like just the subtle flare it gives at the very end of the lashes. Okay, I'm gonna hurry up and do 2 on this eye really quick. Then all we have to do is finish off the lips and this look will be complete. Let's wipe off some of this lip plumper, because like I said, it's super sticky and thick, so when it is time to do my lips, I actually like to kind of wipe it off, and that also helps in wiping off any foundation or powder that I got on my lips from doing my face, because I don't really like cover my lips when I'm doing that. And I am going to line my lips with MAC Strip Down. I actually just bought a new one. I'm really excited. So Strip Down is a classic. If you guys are trying to overline your lips, the best thing to do, or way to think about it, which is very, very important, is to only overline in the center of your lip. So you want to overline under here, and you can take it pretty far underneath, and then you can overline and exaggerate your Cupid's bow. But you want to follow your natural lip line in the corners, otherwise it will obviously make your lips look so fake. And so I'm going to take this pretty low under here, like onto my skin, but then follow this part naturally. And with up here, I can exaggerate the Cupid's bow. I've been more into like a flat Cupid's bow than a super like sharp one, so I kind of line it more straight and not carve out like the peaks of your lip. Okay, so that is the lip liner, and now just add a gloss and a little bit of a warmth color. This is one of my favorite lip glosses, the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss, and this is in the shade Mocha Twist. I also love their like light pink one, which I wear all the time, but this is a good shade if you need like an actual little bit of color to it, and this is going to complement those warm tones in our eyes really, really well. So I'm going to apply this on top. It's a nice tingling, plumping gloss as well. Very shiny. This is the completed makeup look. I think this turned out so beautiful, honestly, especially for not really having a plan. I love how much these warm tones are all complementing each other on the face, but it's still that intense turquoise shade on the eyelid, and I think this is so gorgeous. Honestly, just filming this video today has really just inspired me and made me realize how much I know I love makeup. It's just I just don't sit down and do it like I used to, and coming up with these beautiful, crazy glam looks just makes me fall in love with it all over again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think all these products honestly work together beautifully. Let me zoom out to complete this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys do recreate this, tag me on Instagram or send me a DM or something. I would love to check it out. Also, be subscribed to this YouTube channel if you aren't, and ring the bell to be notified when I'm uploading. But now you guys are gonna get a makeup video every Monday. So this is the first Makeup Monday. I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited to create so many different looks, so many different products, and just start getting back into it and giving you guys what I originally came on YouTube for. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the support, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.